Saluti. Okay, so we can start with Linda Thorne from the UK.
Okay. Hi everybody.
Hi, Linda.
I feel a fraud actually at the moment. I haven't written for quite a while.
Linda, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Mm-hmm.
Can you just brief us about your book as well so the people know you?
Okay.
We're all going to be joining the anthology together, so it's good that we were introduced to each other.
Okay. I haven't brought a book down with me, but I had struggled for many years with mental health issues, and I wrote poetry to kind of describe these feelings that I couldn't really talk about, and that is how my book Out of My Mind came about. And it has given me the opportunity to meet like-minded people and join this fabulous group that we have. But I also have times of doubt. I don't think I can really write. I don't consider myself a poet still. And with things that have been happening lately, I just haven't written at all. So tonight I'm going to just read two, perhaps maybe three, of things I have written. And they've been more of observation. And I'm going to start with us, actually. So my first poem tonight is called Our Poetic Journey. Is it by some random act of fate we meet, and why? Did reason deem it that we compete? Not I, and no one here, for in our group we all admire, we don't compare, just simply share. Yet I confess, our meetings drive me to write my best. I choose carefully my words in hope my words impress. And it thrills me to see you here and passionately say your words in prose and poem that you will share with us today. From all around this world, it happens to be us. Our love for writing, sharing together, and in each other's trust. To value, encourage, have empathy and more. Thank God for him seeing our value to each other for sure. It was not random. We did not roam this way. I believe it was planned long before we knew what words to say. Thank you. It was my husband's birthday recently, and we went for a trip into London. And something hit me about the situation there, even now, COVID especially. And it's called On the Street. And I wrote this on the train on the way back. Hidden in plain sight are people on the street, not the ones we choose to meet, but the great unwashed and down at heel you think do not see and do not feel are there. For reasons left unknown, so quiet is that lonely soul, accepting the scolding glance, the tutting and the lack of second chance, in a world that is happy to ignore the needs of those who lost at life and more. I am not free from blame. I can toss a coin but walk on just the same. In my heart, I want that they survive. No more than that, I want that they can thrive. Shamedly, I rely on those angels that give them their time to help those lonely souls and dissolve me of my crime as I walk on by. Thank you. I'm going to leave that there for now and enjoy listening to the rest of you tonight.
Do you have anything else that you would like to share? Because you still have time.
There was one more, and it was about my dad, actually. We're coming to a time where he's nearing his end. and he's been quite a colourful character. So I did write this one. Shall I share it?
Yes.
Please.
Dad said, we're just passing through. You always told us not to fret or give too much thought to whys. Everyone born has their journey, and with luck he is old when he dies. You never gave rise to material things, yet worked hard as you told us to do. You always instilled independence in us, so we never depended on you. You loved with a heart that was ever so strong, but you were never a slave to its beat. You followed your path with determined resolve. I'm just passing through, you'd repeat. Like some secret that only you knew, we would often feel lost on your road. But as we grew up, we then understood and adopted a road of our own. You taught us so much, as hard as it was. It was layered with laughter and love. So thank you for passing our way like you did and for giving us all that you could. Your legacy now, these memorable words that you pass down to your grandchildren too. Never let yesterday steal your today. Remember, you're just passing through. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. Amazing.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, we move to Mike Wilson from USA. Hi, Mike.
Hi.
Hi, how are you? We miss you.
I missed the poetry readings. I'm glad they're resuming.
So good to see you, Mike.
It's good to be here. It's wonderful. Do I need to talk about myself or just jump in the poem?
Yes, will be great.
I have this book published, Arranging Deck Chairs on the Titanic by Rabbit House Press. And I'm trying to get another book published, but I don't have a publisher yet. So I'm going to read some poems that I've written here in the last few days. Reaching for a lightsaber. It's an ordinary prayer, just a wordless bubble in the air, the kind we all pray every day to whittle down obstacles or raise our heads above them, to wrestle what seems into a more manageable what is, to fortify our lungs with force, to resume climbing with fixed purpose, as if we're coming to claim an inheritance. Thank you. The next one I wrote this morning, I have a statue of St. Francis of Assisi in my garden in the back, and I was looking out the window and I saw a cardinal sitting on St. Francis's head. So I wrote this poem. Observations of a garden statue. A male cardinal perches on St. Francis's head. I feel tender, as if I am that concrete icon, and feel this dear red bird's talons gripping my scalp. The bird feels, but is unconscious of his perch, just as birds heard St. Francis preach and felt his words non-different from nature. The cardinal's busy head shifts in microbursts, his tiny turret tracking a series of possibilities that unfold as blueprints in his architect's mind, an archetype emerging like an underwater swimmer. Through his tightening feet, I feel a leap gather in this bird's belly. Almost, almost, now, and he propels through the air toward the next perch, fully blessed in each imaginable moment. Thank you.
Wow. That's so good.
The next poem is called Pixie Dust. The madness of the world wears me out, the tiredness of treasuring person and property, all this eating, sleeping, waking up without respite, and the likelihood that death is just pixie dust, forgetfulness, reincarnating us in a new car to drive the same old road. Makes me want to take hold of this dream and shake it, as if creation is Rip Van Winkle and I'm trying to wake it, to seize this dream, flip it upside down, and shake loose change from its pockets. Thank you.
Oh, I like that. That's really nice.
Beautiful.
Okay, one more. This is the last one. And this is a Shakespearean sonnet, except I haven't rhymed the lines. I've just done iambic pentameter with 14 lines. It's called My Girl. Do you know regret? She's been with me since the first breath. On sunny days, she lingers in lean shadows, measuring my return. The lipstick of her kiss watermarks my every sensation. Time gathers under her flag because she is the ruler of rules. She is the wind blowing through everything, the face behind every masquerade mask. She's the souvenir of experience. Fade in photographs is homage to her. She's the sigh of a hopeless Holy Ghost. She's the unsolved mystery of free will. She stands outside heaven's gate, defiant, forever barefoot on life's broken glass. Thank you.
Wow.
That was amazing.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. That was beautiful. Okay, we move to Sandra Behan from Ireland.
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for inviting me into your group. It's really nice to be here. I did a similar collection for charity and got a short story printed recently, and I've done other poems for charity. I've done nothing. I've got some stuff published for pandemic. It's in one of our local colleges, but I just write. I absolutely love to write, and I just write. I haven't really gone about publishing too much things up until now. I've got 3 daughters and 3 grandchildren, and my husband died some time ago, so I'm a widow as well. And I just really enjoy writing. That's about it.
Sandra, we're so honored that you're with us today.
Thank you very much. Do you want me to read something?
Yes.
Okay. These are quite recent, and they've been wrote in the pandemic. And this is about an elderly lady not really coping with the pandemic. It's called She Says. She says she has no family. People think she's stupid. She is subjected to loneliness. Because she's old and frail with grey hair, she loves her books, and every cell of her being tells us that. She reads them from start to finish. She's surrounded by photographs, all of her favourite people, and mine too. She wears long cardigans and floral scarves. She walks, but she's very slow. She watches television, anything and everything. Sometimes it brings her down. She says she has no family. They have no time for her. She gives up. Nobody understands her. They don't see her. She has nobody. She feels she has so much to give, emotionally and physically, but nobody wants to know. She says nobody would notice if she wasn't here. Nobody would cry at her funeral. If they did, they would be fake tears. So they had better not turn up at all. She says it would be nice to have some family, but when she is told she has, she refuses to believe it. She says it would be nice to be wanted, to be accepted, to be needed. I say, you are. Thank you. The next one is called The Road Between Us, and I wrote about my grandchild during lockdown. Even though it's May now and the sun is hot, I won't buy you an ice cream. I won't see your smiling face or take you in my arms. The road between us is closed. Restrictions are in place. I won't see you on your first birthday. There's no road open from me to you. Is this war? Is this what it was like? Families torn apart with no time to prepare. separated for days, weeks, months, overcome by bad news. Family members died alone with no hand in theirs, no words of comfort in their final hours, no loved one to say goodbye, no handshakes for grieving families as the hearse took their loved ones home for the last time. Strangers standing in line on the roadside show kindness and solidarity in these dark times. Space and social distance, a new normal. It's not a word I want for you. Mask-covered faces, gloved hands. Trees are in spring blossom now, a celebration of winter's end. I will wait to see you. Perhaps you're waiting for me too. Love, Nanny. Thank you.
Oh, lovely.
I have one more. You want me to read it, and it might be something I'm working on it, so it's quite new, and I might enter it if I can into your book. It's called Manipulation of the Heart.
Yes, please.
You were very handsome with your dark hair, with slithers of grey, always immaculate and well groomed, and those deep, dark, deep-set eyes with the hypnotic gaze that had women fall at your feet. She was impressed when you called with a bouquet in your hands as you stood on her doorstep, dressed to kill in a blue navy tweed suit and a smile from ear to ear. You said you had missed her. You thought of her every day. She played it cool. She didn't make eye contact for fear you'd see her heart beating outside her chest. You were charming. You had done your homework. You knew she was alone. You knew how to manipulate, a master of your craft, and you had deceived many women with your lies before you met her. She listened to all your stories, how life had treated you badly, how you had sick family, and how women had let you down. All over your lovely face you smiled sweetly. Time passed, and one day shortly after meeting, you lost a friend to an accident. You needed money to take him home. With tears in your eyes, you played on her emotions. You needed her help. You would pay her back. Your needs and lies grew every day, each sob story more compelling than the last. You kissed her with your deliciously soft, full lips, and suddenly the world was as it should be. It didn't take long until she fell under your spell. And when you went out together, you would insist she faced you, with her back to other men. You told her you loved her and would take care of her. And when she was approached by a girl who tried to warn her, you said she was jealous because you didn't want her. And then it had all changed. Suddenly she saw you, really saw you. She started to ask questions and became suspicious. The woman was right. It took time to sink in, but eventually she did heed it. Quite a few times, as it turns out, you let her down. You did it before and you'll do it again. People told her she was foolish, but what did they know? Don't judge her, she says. Until you have walked in her shoes, you won't understand. Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you so much, Sandra. That was beautiful.
I was a bit nervous, sorry.
Thank you. You were great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, and now we have our Natasha Kopis from the United Kingdom.
Hello.
Hi.
Thank
Hi,
you.
Natasha.
Again, I really love coming to these poetry evenings. So shall I introduce myself?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm Natasha Kopas. I'm the author of A Fight for Freedom. This comes from a life of experience living in England, having 4 children, and coming from a life that, may be frowned upon by my parents, sort of thing, and turning it around for my children, but having the local government making that very difficult to do and to be a parent. So I wrote a book about it. And since I wrote my book, I found the lovely poetry from Sally, and she's just grown my confidence when it comes to the poetry. So thank you for that, Sally, and so have you all. And so now I'm sort of in the poetry realm, and I love writing. And I'm in the same position as Linda. I didn't bring a book with me to show you. So I hope that's enough information. My first poem is called Just a Wonder. With everything that's going on around the globe with climate change and the things and subjects there are out there that people are raising awareness to, it's just wonders that I think about. So just a wonder. I wonder how it's not too late. The very thing that's contributing is that of which we depend. Our health, our wealth, our educations, not to mention our communication. Problem is, it's damaging to the host of ourselves and our friends. I can't help but wonder. We are the cancer, carving, eating and starving from within, striking like lightning, always talking of the little things, planes, cars and general energy, completely ignoring the big things. What of the igniting, warring and the servers of selfies and most things Wi-Fi burning away? Surely it can't be about blaming, as we're all partaking in the revolutionary planning. There's mass misunderstanding as the planet's clearly reacting. And what's our solution? To do more drilling into the Earth's core as the crust wasn't good enough. It's now being celebrated as material undiscovered gives a resource better for the planet. As time is time and we can't fast forward or rewind, I hope for our species it's not a regrettable one. I wonder sometimes, are we the species like those before? And destiny is banging on the door. We had our time, misguided it was. Earth has another plan for itself. Thank you.
Lovely, Natasha.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Next, I've got living, because I've just turned 40, and I've hit a fork, as they say.
You old bird.
Yeah, as my friends keep telling me, Linda.
60.
You're as young as you feel, they say, though. But it's definitely a time in my life that makes me think about things and going forward and where I want to go with my life and the rest of it. So it's called living. A fork in the road in a time of life. Where do they go? Does anyone know? Life is for living. These decisions exciting. Some are uncertain, promoting fear. Which path to take? Could it snake or make? Grab opportunity, don't they say? But what if this just isn't that day? As we sit in the fear bay, terrified by nightmares of events not happened yet. This, the mistake that makes us forget these times in life we regret on our deathbeds. No way, no more am I watching these windows of time go by. Life is for living one day at a time. I see the light, who knows if the choice is right. Fear just brings out the fight. Enjoy every ride with pride. Some will bring tears, healing feelings, making sense, preparing for the next. Who knows what they may bring? I do believe they call this living.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Wow. It's lovely.
Thank you. That's it for this evening. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. That was beautiful, Natasha.
Thank you.
Okay, we can go now move to Scott Transfer from USA. Hi, Scott.
Hey, I'm Scott Transfer. I'm from Texas, United States, America. I've written 4 collected poems, collected books of collected poems. First one is volume 1's from 1995 to 2003. Second one's from 2004 to 2009. The third one is from 2010 to 2015. And the fourth one's from 2016 to 2020. And they look like this. They're absolutely thick books. I also have a book of collected poems from 1995 to 2021. Also have a Kindle Vella book called Poems 2021. And This is a poem called Memories. My 10th poem called Memories. I have other poems called Memories. This is the 10th one. I wrote it a couple weeks ago. Memories are all that's left. Some vague, some clear, some strong, some weak. You left us with these memories. No warnings, you'd be gone. It's hard to picture your face each night as she closed her eyes. The love for you will never die. Mean too much to her to let you go. She loves you too much to let you fade away. Thank you. This is called Lonely. I wrote a poem in 1998 called Lonely, so this is Lonely 2. Can she fall knowing someone will be there to catch her? Can she make a mistake knowing someone will still love her? Can she cry on a shoulder when she needs a friend? She feels so alone. Thank you. Loneliness. A poem called Special Thoughts. She longs to put her thoughts into words, so you would be sure to see how many of them are of you and how much you mean to her. She also wishes that she could tell you about the special ways that loving you brings such luck to her each and every day. But it's her very deepest feelings that are hardest to convey because she cares and loves you more than words could ever say. She can't describe what love is, but she can feel it in your touch. And honey, she needs your warmth and understand oh so very much. Just knowing you are her happiness and her reason for living too. She really wants you to know these special thoughts are always going to be in my heart for you. Thank
Wow,
you.
I love that. Did you write that with someone in mind?
No, just wrote it.
Okay.
Beautiful.
This-
Do you have another one?
Yeah, it's a poem called Ancients.
Please.
Voices of the ancients speak softly to him, a blue sky and calm, cool breeze. Eternal whispers of duty and peace, tall grass rippling above in the sun. The circle of life, the sun of hope, season cycle, evolving birth. Heart reaches through flame, once walked this earth, then in stride, proud of what was. These thoughts she leaves, love, what you see when you gaze into the mirror.
Lovely.
And
Beautiful.
this is just an untitled poem. It's my 104th untitled poem. Children are precious, special gifts from above, handled with tenderness, mercy, and love. As each day goes by, precious memories you'll find will forever be etched and engraved in your mind. Take time as a family, do things together, cherish the time with your children forever. For the time that you spend and all that you do are constant reminders of love's blessings on you. Thank you.
Oh, I love that.
Thank you so much. Hello, Aditi.
Hi everyone, I'm Aditi from India, and so most of you who had joined earlier, you must have heard Sally introduce me. I'm 19 years old, and I was here, I guess my first meeting here with this poetry group was about a year ago, and I had just turned 18. I had just signed with my publisher for my first book. So I think over these 4 or 5 meetings that I've attended with Sally, I feel like I've grown so much. My parents had said this to me because this was the very first time I'd ever participated in a spoken word. Like this was the first time of me sharing my poems out there in public. So I have a lot to thank Zazie and Sally for. So yeah. And so finally this March, after a year of hard work, my book came out. It's Chaotic Cosmos Volume 1. Thank you for the enthusiasm, Sally. And I wanted to say this out loud tonight because I remember when I first joined, or in fact even till the last meeting that we had with this poetry group, I used to read from the pages of my manuscript. And as I was joining in today, I told my mom, it feels so great to be able to read from my own book now. Like I don't have to refer to those pages anymore. So yeah, because this was the very first time, and it's the first time I'm opening my book and sharing it out loud with the group. So yeah, thank you for having me here. So I'll share one poem from my book, and the rest from pages I noted other poems on. Okay, so the first one is Omens. Neither you nor me choose to trust the silent melody. With all we step on the landmines and blame on heavens the calamity. If easy were to believe in magic, unicorns would run through the field. If easy were to believe in destiny, chimerical would be the qualms we heed. This here we stand, waiting for each other to understand. What we deemed as pitfalls clouding our fate were only but omens instead. The only work left undone is for us to comprehend that no hour will wait for us. We are on our own, yet in His hands from the beginning till the very end. That's it. So, second one is a bit longer. A flicker in the distance. A dim orange light flickering to life in the distance. Or maybe the cold cobblestones caressing my feet with the wrinkles. I know you are who controls the rhythmic ripples pushing off my palms. I'm certain it is you who pours tender rain and gifts to keep me calm. Reaching out for you, I'm stopping barefoot on the grass. With cobblestones behind me and sands afore, I smell the breeze you whispered at last. I heard your language, dear one, now respond to mine. I'm silencing my way into confession. I'm smiling my heart, accepting just fine. I allowed your voices to enter me, allow mine to enter yours. I'm sending tears in raindrops, I'm sending laughs in ripples on the shores. I let your flicker be recognized, now recognize my light. I'm opening my eyes to let you realize, come forward, fair one. Let me touch your soft skin, I've been waiting all dreams, all day, all night. But I am now awake, all eager, all prepped. Don't take too long. I didn't wake to wait. That's it.
Lovely. Beautiful.
So the last two ones are pretty short. The first one I call One Day. Such a fool as me is he who still writes for lovers that last for counted nights. The day is coming when the winding will give his pen the dewy flow to write. That day his ink will spill not once or twice. It'll gush over a lover he counts nights for 1,000,000 times, with 100 pages scribbled and infinite left to fill. That's it. So the last one is, I call it Slow Down. Let there be a little rustling, some explaining and more wondering. Let there remain a certain complexity in those dreams and their undertakings. Take some time to stand up, more to find comfort in your pace. Take a couple more breaths and let those sighs breeze over your sweet face. Don't hurry, my love, to fall in love. Be ready for the eclipse. Don't hurry, honey, to fall out of love. Wait until it isn't just a riff. Stop chasing the clouds, my love. Allow the sky to settle. Stop wondering when you'll be in love. It's a song. It's a storm, that's all. And oh, they rustle. That's it.
Wow, that's lovely.
That's it for tonight. I'll share later when everyone's done.
Thank you, Aditi. That was beautiful. Thank you so much. Is Ihab here? I don't know if
No, we can move to Fernando because, yeah, we can move to Fernando.
Okay. Fernando Rover
Yeah,
from
instead of,
United
and if
States.
Ihab comes at the end, we keep him at the end. Okay?
But I have Garrett and then Natalie after Ihab.
Yes.
No,
خلاص
so they're
أوكي.
not here.
لا, they are here I think. أي حاجة بس يعني خلي إيهاب شيلي إيهاب
ماشي اوكي
والله راجل جديد فوق. راجل
طيب.
جديد.
حاضر. Okay, so we can move with Fernando Rover now from the United States.
Yes. Hi, everybody. My name is Fernando Rover Jr. I'm from Texas as well in the United States. I actually have two books that I actually published. The first one is titled Labyrinth. You can see it here. And then the second one is called Sanctuary. It's kind of funny. The second one actually was not planned. What happened was, during the pandemic, trying to like clean out my computer, I found a bunch of leftover poems that I didn't put in the first book, and I thought I didn't want to like get rid of them or like delete them, so I decided at the last minute to just put them all into one new book. And again, it was kind of like an unexpected thing because, as many of us probably know, like being in lockdown and in the pandemic, there's a lot of free time and a lot of stuff to do. So go ahead and read the first poem I'm going to read.
Sorry, can you show us the books again, please?
Sure.
Okay, that's great. Thank you.
Sure. First one I'll read is from Labyrinth. It is called Horizon. Months have been hours, hours have been days. Contemplation and relaxation, no substitute for this haze. Hit the snooze button twice, send straight to voicemail. Time so precious and immediate, leaves no room for ale. Give self room, even if for a little while. Keep what remains, even if for a little while. Time will only tell what this new horizon will bring, what new words to speak, and new songs to sing. Walking in the wrong now feels so right. No need to argue when the opposition has flight. Pictures moving on the daily, what new sensation we have today. Tasks of the yesterday, slate wiped all away. Even if for a little while, give self room. Keep what remains from midnight to high noon. Time can only tell what this new horizon brings, when new words speak and new songs sing. No other sight fills the room like familial sons of Rawhey. Empty rooms with open windows can never take that place. Still my heart anticipates for the day this new horizon takes my pain away. Even if for a little while, give self room. Keep what remains from midnight to high noon. Time can only tell what this new horizon brings, when new words speak and new songs sing.
Wow.
This next one I'm going to read is called Black Manifesto. I am man-child in the promised land, a native son who speaks of rivers. I am invisible man, the spook who sat by the door. I am the water dancer when Melindy sings the weary blues. The ground on which I stand, let the dead bury their dead. I am tragedy of justice, tongues untied, go tell it on the mountain. I am a gathering of old men on a lonely crusade, the audacity of hope for divine days. I am smoke, lilies, and jade in copper sun, fences with roots in Harlem shadows. I am 7 guitars playing my soul's high song, the wisdom of silence that conceive powerful conversations. I am tales brought up. I am black skin and white masks in red summer. I am in the marginal recesses of our human condition and the hidden marrows of our social tradition. I am ceremonies of the talented 10th. I am messages manifested. Thank you.
Wow.
Then I'll read one more here. Let's see here. Yeah, let's do this one. It's called Fading Away. Denial has become a kindred spirit, a familial face in a sea of strangers, made itself at home in my heart, right next to bargaining and anger. Lies and deception lessen the blow as feelings of emptiness come and go. But still what remains among this heartache and pain? Am I living tomorrow or dying today? Should I go or will I stay? Can I hold it together or will I fade away? Seclusion and confusion take residence in this facade. We may get used to it, and then we may not. Has no face, no gender, no orientation, no race. Can someone please get me out of the sunken place? Are we dreaming or are we awake? How much do we give before we can take? Can we hold it together or will we fade away? When it becomes necessary to run and hide behind some beautiful lie, when trying to win an endless rat race is the only way out of this sunken place. Do not let this be what remains. Live for tomorrow or dying for today. Needing to go or wanting to stay. Trying to hold it together or simply fading away. Thank you.
That was beautiful.
Thank
you
you.
so much, Fernando. Beautiful. Okay. Sally, I can't see Garrett lower. Is she here? Is he here? Hello, Sally?
I don't see Garrett either.
Okay. Natalie?
Hi.
Hi, Natalie Simoni from Canada.
Yep.
Hi, please, you have the mic.
Okay. So I am Natalie. I'm from Canada. I'm 24 and I just published a book. This is the book. It's called The Fundamentals of Humanity. And it's the
Natalie,
same.
I'm so happy you joined us, Natalie.
Thank you. Thank you.
Fan of yours. I love your
Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for
I was really
joining.
happy.
So happy you made it.
Thank you. So the book title, Fundamentals of Humanity, same title as my Instagram. If anyone wants to connect with me, I'd love to. Anyway, I'll just get into it. This poem is called Finding a Home Within Yourself is a Difficult Endeavor. My anxiety lives with me, has found a sanctuary in my bones, makes me feel like my head is not a home. It's a painful sort of recollection. Memories feel tainted with a sort of vise-like grip. The good, the bad are one and the same in my whirlwind brain, in my magnificent, glorious, self-destructive headspace. But that's what it means to be human, right? To feel it all in its entirety and then let go. My best friend told me that. She's coming home soon and I feel a sort of force pulling parts of me back together. Lately, it feels like I'm becoming more of myself. I see caterpillars shed layers and take flight, and for the first time, I can relate. Thank you. The second poem I'm going to read is called 4D. 4D people exist, and you'll know when you've met one. You'll know because they'll walk into your life and set your soul on fire. You'll know because they will create something out of nothing. They will stand before you and tell you that time is just a construct, that sports is poetry in motion, that you were meant for more, that life is infinite, and walks in the park can be places for intellectually stimulating conversations. They will come up to you at a mundane intersection and tell you about liminal spaces and remind you that believing in yourself is valid and that you are worthy. Hold out hope. Thank you. And the last one I'll read is it's untitled. So yeah. For almost an eternity, I lived by Murphy's Law. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. I so desperately wanted this to stick because the other side of the coin spelled out something I could not fathom. Things going right simply because they were meant for me. The idea was foreign. Standing on the edge of a precipice, I felt the only way to proceed was to free fall. Gravity taught me this. All things that go up must come down. But what of inertia? Why didn't I opt to listen to Newton? A body in motion will continue to be in motion. I know better now. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you for having me.
That was beautiful, Natalie. Beautiful. Thank you. Okay,
That just gave me major flashbacks of 12th grade science.
That's beautiful. Do you have anything else to share? You still have time if you want to share another poem.
Yeah, sure. I'll share a short one.
Please.
So this one's on the topic of OCD. It's called A Cure for OCD. To have a support net, I mean a real live handful of really reliable people to grab hold of you tightly when the world caves in, when the parachute tether tears off. It doesn't have to be a crowd. It can be two people in a room. It can be eye contact at a pivotal point, screaming, I got you. Thank you.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Beautiful. Thank you. Okay, now we move to our beautiful Egyptian poet, Guido. Guido. تفضل.
السلام عليكم.
عليكم السلام.
ازاي الجميع عاملين ايه؟ وحشتوني.
وانت كمان وحشتنا قوي.
يا رب دايما الجميع يكون بخير.
Guido's sending regards to everyone and saying that he missed everyone. And he's wishing that everyone is well.
Lovely to see his face.
هم مبسوطين انهم شايفينك تاني يا جيدو.
شكرا.
I'm not sure the feeling is mutual though.
طبيعي إيهاب مش جديد على هو. كنت قاعد وفكري خالي، جات لي رسالة من الغوالي، جهز القصيدة يلا، والله كان كلام في بالي، قلت يمكن دي إشارة والقلوب الحلوة حضرت، وفيها كل عزيز وغالي، وفيها الحبايب وزازي وسالي. ما تيجي ندوس على القلم ونضحك للأيام وننسى دموع الندم ونعيش مع الأحلام، نرسم خطانا بقلم بعيد عن الأوهام، ونعيش ليالينا ونكتب أسامينا بفلة وياسمينة، ونحب كل الناس أصحابنا وأهالينا، نفرح بكل الحب، نسمع لنبض القلب، نطير فوق السحاب زي الحمام في السرب، أبيض وصوته هديل كالغصن لما يميل، عشق القلوب غية واسأل نجوم الليل، هتحكي غناوينا بقلب صافي جميل. ما شاء الله ندوس على القلم ونضحك للأيام وننسى دموع الندم ونعيش مع الأحلام. شكرا.
Sally,
I
would really like.
But it was beautiful to watch.
I would really like to translate that and explain the.
Please.
Okay. Let us tell you, everyone, that Guido got the note very late, like 2 hours ago, because there was a misunderstanding, and he improvised a poem for that occasion. So I'll ask him to repeat it line by line, and I'll translate it because it was so beautiful. Is that okay with everyone?
Yes.
Okay. جيدو، انا حكيت لهم ان احنا قلنا لك متاخر وان انت ارتجلت قصيده بسرعه جدا مناسبه للموقف، واستاذنتهم لو ممكن تقولها لاين لاين وانا اترجم اللي انت بتقوله، بس لما تقول لاين اديني وقت هقول وراك الترجمه.
يعني ابدا تاني
بعد اذنك لو ما يضايقكش يعني.
لا اوكي. كنت قاعد والفكر خالي.
I was sitting peacefully quiet.
جت رسالة من الغوالي.
Received the message from the precious.
جهز القصيدة يلا.
Prepare the poem.
والله كان كلام في بالي.
And I had the words in my mind.
قلت يمكن دي إشارة.
I said maybe it's a sign.
والقلوب الحلوة حضرت.
And the beautiful hearts appeared.
فيها كل عزيز وغالي.
With all the dears and all the precious.
وفيها كل الحبايب.
And all the loved ones.
وزازي وسالي
and Zazie and Sally.
ما تيجي ندوس على الألم
Let's step on our pains.
ونضحك للأيام
Let's smile to the days.
وننسى دموع الندم
And let's forget the tears of regret.
ونعيش مع الأحلام
And let's live with the dreams.
نرسم خطانا بقلم
Let's draw our steps with a pencil.
بعيد عن الأوهام
Away from all the illusions.
ونعيش ليالينا
Let's live our nights
ونكتب أسامينا
and write our names
بفلة وياسمينة
with the flower and the rose.
ونحب كل الناس
Let's love everyone,
وأصحابنا وأهالينا
friends and family.
نفرح بكل الحب
Let's celebrate all the love
نسمع لنبض القلب
and listen to the heartbeats.
نطير فوق السحاب
Let's fly above the clouds
زي الحمام في السرب
like a dove in a school.
أبيض وصوته هديل
It's white
كالغصن لما يميل
like a branch that's dancing.
عشق القلوب غية
The passion of love,
واسأل نجوم الليل
and ask the stars of the night.
هتحكي غناوينا
It will tell about our songs
بقلب صافي جميل
with a beautiful, pure heart.
يلا ندوس على القلم
Let's step on our pains
ونضحك للأيام
and laugh to the days
وننسى دموع الندم
and forget our tears of regret
ونعيش مع الأحلام.
and live with the dreams.
Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you.
زازي
شكرا يا جيدو.
لا ده اللي جاي دي مش ممكن تترجميها صراحة.
طيب ميرسي.
أقولها ولا إيه؟ اللي جاي دي صعبة جدا في الترجمة يعني.
طيب قول. He has another poem
يعني
and maybe I can
الجماعة بتوعنا اللي يسمعوا.
maybe I'll translate it and send it later. اتفضل.
آخر حدود الوجع لما الودع ترميه وتوشوش الأصداف وتعرف اللي فيه هتلاقي في حياتك بدع حظ الجدع قول يا ودع ايه فيه واحكي لي يا عراف ده انا عايش سنين عجاف وكنت عزيز قومي ولا كنت عمري بخاف ولا شايل هموم يومي وفي يوم جفاني النوم وحلمت حلم عجيب صحاني من النوم حلمت اني بموت في حاجة خنقاني وعيون محوطاني بقلوبها سمعاني بصرخ ومالي صوت في دنيا واخداني من روحي من نفسي من همسي من رمسمي من يومي من أمسي مستني جوايا ساعة شروق شمسي عالدنيا من تاني ايه الحكاية اقول تفسيرك على ده القول يا عراف الخبايا قبل الشروق ما يزول ويجي غروب روحي قبل الغيوم ما تطول ويزيد من الألم نوحي وتزيد مع جروحي قال لي أنا العراف وضحك وقال يا ابني قرب هنا جنبي ووشوش الأصداف هقول ولا أخبي سكت شوية وضحك وقال لي ولا تخاف ساعة شروق شمسك كتبت هنا اسمك بشعاع مليه النور لحد ما يجي الدور وساعة الغروب هتلاقي قلبك كمثل الطيور هايمة في سما صافية وكل القلوب حواليك فرحانة وكمان شايفة قلبك عليهم طاف وبأجمل الأوصاف ده كل اللي عرفك شاف إنك خارج حدود المكان خارج حدود الزمن عايش حياتك وطن قلبك وفيه السكن، قلبك وفيه السكن، بيسكن الأحباب ولا عمره عنهم غاب، علشان كده هتعيش لو حتى راح البدن، وادي اللي شافوا الودع آخر حدود الوجع، دمعة وضحكة روح، وده يبقى حظ الجدع، وده يبقى اللي فيه. شكرا شكرا.
I could have easily translated it يا جيدو، كان ممكن جدا اترجمها والله، بس there is no time now. لا I could have، كان ممكن اترجمها لك
والله.
شكرا يا جيدو، شكرا جدا، ربنا يخليك. ابعتها لي
انا دايما سعيد جدا جدا بيكم. يعني معلش اللغه عندي صعبه شويه، بس اكيد فاهم بروحي يعني.
لا لا تسلم تسلم، ربنا يخليك.
ربنا يخليكم جميعا، الى اللقاء في المره القادمه ان شاء الله.
ان شاء الله.
شكرا شكرا لكم.
إيهاب ميخائيل from Egypt but he is in the United States now، صح؟
صح.
Okay, اتفضل.
Well, I'm not prepared. I'm no different than Guido, to be frank, but I'll just go with something I probably read before. And I'm just happy to be here, to be frank. Just see you guys, and I was hoping to get to hear more of you. Unfortunately, all I heard was Guido, which is a good thing in it of itself. But so let me see. Yeah, more of. So this is an old one. I'm not sure if I read this one before, but it's a little convoluted. It might not make a lot of sense, but it's the feel that counts. Welcome to my revolving door. You could go in and out like a merry-go-round. No one will stop you. No one will keep you. No one is keeping score. Stay as long as you like. Shop closes at 9, not a minute before. And when you leave, you can take with you all that you see in the store, except for a lone heart that's broken. It's already spoken for.
Nice.
And along the same lines, I'll just stick with. This is probably like it says open mic, but it's probably I'm not sure if I read them all before. Welcome to the Broken Heart Store. Come in with your damaged good. We'll fix them as good as new, just like they were before. We just can't promise they won't hurt anymore, for even if we fix them, they'll always feel sore.
Nice.
And I'll just wrap it up with this one. Just hate to always be morbid and sad, but the wounds are deadly. You know, this might make a difference. Bear with me 1 second. The wounds are deadly. The pain is acute. And trying to save me is a point that's moot. Just hand me the gun and tell me when to shoot. I'm ready to go, and I'm really looking cute. I'm all dressed up, and the body bag is my suit.
Oh my God. Really?
Based on the reaction, I'm guessing.
Oh, funny.
Yeah. Okay.
I love the irony.
Speaking of irony, I was at the cemetery yesterday, and one of the doors said exit only. I thought it was ironic, and it was even more ironic that my last stop of all the stops I made in the day were in the cemetery. So I was thinking, oh look, that's my final destination.
Oh, God.
All right, I'll leave you with I leave you with these pearls. Always good seeing
Thank you,
guys.
Ihab.
Of course.
Thank you. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay, and we have now Sandra Bahan from Ireland.
No, we already have.
I've already read.
We had.
You did? Okay, sorry.
No problem.
Okay, so Sally Rawhey from Egypt.
Hi.
Please.
Salsula.
Please. Amira's here. Amira's here.
Amira, you will
You
read?
have something to read, right?
I can. I miss you all so much. I miss this gathering, honestly. And yes, I can share a couple, or I have two and a very short one to share with you.
Okay, so we have Amira Abdel Gawed from Egypt. Please.
Okay, then مسك الختام. Then Salsula مسك الختام. Okay. These were my recent ones. I hope you enjoyed them. This one is called I Defend You. I defend you. In my utmost fragility, I still defend you. You build walls I see through, the shields behind your field, the softness of your core, beyond the hard shell. How do I know you so well? Thank you. This one is also about love. I once thought love was an explosion, a bomb of infatuation, an accumulation of emotion, a long-term captivation, until I learned what love is not. Love is a secret, a giving rain, a flowing stream. Love is no ordinary mundane dream. Love is a never-ending longing, swept solely by pretending. So I believed one once said, you cannot know what love is until you learn what love is not. Thank you.
Nice, Miriam.
So in another way, the darkness is the absence of light.
Yeah. Or light is the extreme opposite of what we think is. Yeah, we can mistake love for what it's.
For what it's not.
It's not what it's not. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much, Amira. You have another one, please?
Yes.
Please.
Revolving around the same meaning, I guess. We interpret meanings of words. We choose what is said, not what's heard. We choose to deny what we should not instead, rather than immerse in the life toe to head. Know that lessons shall repeat themselves until we break the pattern. A compass hidden in our hearts, an inner lantern. Fight or flight, drown or float. Choices we make every moment shape us, make us, break us, or direct us to divine purpose. Which road to follow? A direct path or a deceptive hollow? We seek until we find a never-ending spiral flight. Thank you.
Beautiful, Amira.
Thank you.
Amira, about your book. Can you tell us something about your book that you're about to publish, Sophia?
Sophia is a long-term dream now, but about to come true, inshallah. I got an offer, and I got an offer from an English publishing house, and I'm considering it, and I'm looking forward to hearing from other publishers, and inshallah we'll make a choice very soon.
Inshallah. Wishing you best of luck, Habib.
Thank you all. Thank you, Zadi. Thank you, Salsula, and all of you for listening, for sharing.
Thank you. Okay, and now we have, last but not least, our Sally Rawhey from Egypt.
First,
Please,
I'd like to show you my books. That's The Unspoken Voices. And that one is there. This came out during the pandemic, so it still doesn't have much luck as the first one, but I'm hopeful. Okay. The first one is called I'm Still Her. I'm still her. The same shade may no longer color my hair, but I'm still her. The days just left me less fair. There were things that ignited me. Now they no longer flare. There were people who mattered. They're akin to thin air. There were stuff I called fun. They now leave me bare. There were beliefs I lived for. I no longer share. There were facts that entranced me. They ceased to hold my stare. There were crowds that captured me. I now escape them everywhere. I'm still her, but my true colors are the only fashion I wear. Thank you.
I love that one.
This one. My soul has lived 1,000 years, outnumbered my life's laughs and tears. It roamed the lands of grass and sand, dynasties built and destroyed by man. It has sailed the oceans of myth and truth, and witnessed humans' love and loath. It has tasted the waters flowing in leaves, and marched among ants sharing their griefs. It has flown a bird soaring with wings, and rested a stone among rocks of hills. It has seeped with rain in cold Arctic nights, and evaporated as dew in African daylight. It has seen all faces of good and evil, of 100 shades like scattered gravel. It has sailed with love past the 7 seas, and painted on waves with roses and leaves. My soul has lived 1,000 years. It's the smiles, the silence, the happiness, and the tears. Thank you. And I just read whatever I open from the book, and it says, sad eyes. She who has the sad eyes glittering with tears. She who smiles ties hearts like ships are tied to piers. She who watches over her children like a god fairy of 1,000,000 years. She who faces the winds with so much strength, unaware of how she's admired for all the strength. She whose laughter beats the loudness of kids, even when tears threaten to flood her closed lids. She who stands now belittled by so much ill, questioning silently and regretfully God's will. Tell her, pain is never meant to stay. Tell her, even the darkest stormy clouds, the sun will surely drive away. Thank you. That's for a friend who was not feeling very well. Thank you.
That was beautiful.
Thank you. That's really
Breathtaking.
lovely.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank
Do
you.
we
It was so
have,
good to be here again.
do you have another 5 minutes for anybody willing to share another last poem?
Yeah, sure.
Anybody would like to share a last poem?
How about you, Sally?
No, I want to listen to you.
How about a reread of whatever I missed?
We have Sandy and Fernando, they're newcomers. We hope they join us again.
Yes.
Would love to hear something from you if you have another thing.
Okay.
Great.
Sorry. This is called The Red Kite. It's a red kite bird. Sorry, I'm having a problem putting the phone back up. So, Just